So I was asked this question, what supplements are ones that you recommend? And I am a woman over the age of 60, but these are supplements that I recommend for women even in their 40s. And some of them you've heard of, and some of them you may not have heard of. The number one, my go-to for everything is movement. Being able to move and just move your body. It does so many awesome things as far as it's good for the brain, it's good for the body, for breathing, digestion, all of those kinds of things. So, really, in the number one spot is movement and figuring out, even if you just put on a song in the morning and you dance around in the kitchen where you're fixing your coffee or something to drink or breakfast or cat food, feeding the dogs, whatever it might be. That is my number one. A couple of others that I'll talk about that are not so common. One is creatine. I'm talking about creatine powder, and the one that I use is the monohydrate. So why do you want to take this? Well, because as we get older, we don't build muscle as quickly as we used to. And creatine powder is one of the number one ways that you can use to help build muscle. Now, you still have to move and you still have to have physical activity, but isn't it nice to get that little boost of muscle building from something that your body needs? The monohydrate is the one that I use. And again, I'll do another video breaking out each one of these so you have a little bit more detail as far as that's concerned. In the number three spot, one that probably you have not heard a lot about is astaxanthin. So what is that? That is an antioxidant. So it's good for the skin and it helps get rid of toxins and those kinds of things. A lot of times it's used to prevent sunburn. I burn very, very easily. I started using it a couple of months before I went on a cruise. And we were out in the water and I did not get a sunburn at all. And this is the woman who turns into a lobster at the drop of a hat. So I'm a firm believer in this one. It's absolutely wonderful. So those are the three that are a little bit less common as far as that's concerned. Some of the others are kind of your routine stuff like collagen. I really think collagen is very helpful. But not all of collagen is the same. So figuring out the right one, you want a collagen peptide and one that has been tested for heavy metals because I really don't feel like I need a dose of lead or any of those other kinds of things. And most people I know don't need one either. Vitamin D, big deal, helps with muscles. It's actually a hormone, not that you really care as far as that goes, but it's something that you need, especially if you're in a climate that doesn't get a lot of sun. So the rule of thumb that I use is if you're north of Atlanta, you're probably not getting enough sun, and even in the southern part of the U.S., we aren't out in it enough to get what we need. And it's really important for thinking, for muscle work, so your muscles don't get tired. A lot of immune stuff, really. So if you want to be healthy all year long, that's a good one to use as far as that's concerned. Omega-3s, a lot of discussion about that. Make sure it comes from a healthy source. I take it, but also I like to incorporate it into my diet, so I make sure that I eat salmon and other things that have the cold water fish that have that yummy fat in them. Magnesium, big one. A lot of people talk about it. Tons of different kinds as far as that's concerned. And it really deserves its own video because one of the most commonly used magnesiums, not very well absorbed. And when you try to up your dose, it gives you diarrhea, which that's really not on the list of stuff that I want to have. So anyway, again, my name is Diana Devi from An Ageless Life, and I will break each one of these out with future videos for you to be able to figure out exactly the right one for you to use. Bye for now.